Welcome to the channel, everybody. We're here. Oh, fuck. Welcome to the channel, everybody. We're here at Stratford, as promised from the last time we done our last video, and we're going to pick up a South Eastern high-speed service all the way to Ashford. Now, we've got about 4 minutes before it arrives. It's going to the glorious town of Margate. So this is the calling stops that it would stop at, had we could get further than obviously Ashford, which is a shame that isn't in the game, but we're not going as far as that. We're only going to go as far as we can. While we've got a few minutes, let's just take a little tour around Stratford International here. So if you've ever been to Stratford International, you'll know exactly that it looks exactly like this, like Concrete City basically, and it actually comes out of the shopping centre up there, from the Westfield Centre, and you can go out of one exit and you just walk out and then across to the international station. It's quite well done. We've got a train going to St Pancras here in about 15 minutes on platform 2. I don't think anything happens on this platform, but I have just seen a map across there that I need to unlock. So let's dart across these tracks and touch the map. There you go. So yeah, so I don't think this part of the station does anything. Can we get up the escalator? Nope. Can we get up the steps? Nope. So there's only really one way to get across the stations, I think, and that's either use the steps at the end or just do this, which I think is a lot easier. So yeah, so it's pretty much like a concrete jungle. This I did a newspaper. It's a bit like a concrete city, really. It's not the most pleasing station. We're unlocking a lot here. Didn't even know. This shows you just how I haven't been collecting all these collectibles. I don't really have time for the collectibles, if I'm absolutely honest with you. I sometimes do it, but I feel like it takes up a lot of time. So anyway, so all that separates... Oh, there's another one. There you go. So all that separates this line from anything really is a tunnel at the far end, which you can just see in the distance, and a tunnel at the far end up here, and this for some reason is just out in the open, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff here at Stratford. It's not the most glorious station, and it's not the most aesthetically pleasing station, but we're going to wait here by the 6-car stop marker, because in about a minute's time we should see a train appearing from that tunnel, and that is where we take our leave to the wonderful Stratford, to the wonderful Ashford. And there it is. It's just arriving, coming around the bend. This is our train. You can just see it coming out the tunnel. Now, I don't think this is going to have the pantograph up for some reason, so we'll see what happens when it arrives. Hopefully, we might be able to use that. I think last time we did this, it wasn't up for some reason. But here it is, in a very different style livery. I mean, look at this. Nice. Weren't expecting that to come in, was you? Oh, it's a Trans-Pennine Express. Well, there you go. Something different. I don't know what it's doing on this part of the route. Maybe they're borrowing it. Anyway, let's get in, close the door, and relieve this driver its duties, even though it's just come one way. We're going to dart onto this. And as we leave the wonderful concrete city behind us, we're going to head straight into a tunnel which will actually come out right sort of adjacent to the C2C line, which will actually be about probably the C2C line, which will probably be Dagenham Dock. So we'll be coming out around about there. So you'll see that as the journey unfolds, kind of thing. So we're going to be going at 140 mile an hour here. I'm going to put the light on in here so you can see the dashboard lit. And we've got quite a long and extensive journey in this tunnel. A lot of it is a part of this tunnel before we get to Ebbsfleet. Along the route we will be seeing some unique sort of kind of sites that you might be familiar with, such as the Dartford Crossing, which is quite good. You'll get to see that. You'll also get to see 2 stations at Ebbsfleet, as well as a load of countryside as we tear through the Kent Downs. And I can tell you something now, this is, once we get out of Ebbsfleet, it's virtually all countryside all the way down, so there's not going to be much to see, but I will obviously let you admire the views as we get down to that part. In the meantime, we're just doing this rather long and quite boring journey through a tunnel, but when we come out there will be a few things that you might recognise or even know. So it's looking at the sights when we come out of this bleak tunnel. And as you can see, this is what it is. This is what you see. There isn't much more until we get to the end of it, which is quite a way off yet. So the cab setup itself is, the cab is quite good actually. The cab is very detailed. There's all, like, there's a switch box over here. I don't know if you can open that bit. You've got your AWS here, which we could technically put in place. Got a clock here. You can view the screen. Tells you everything you really kind of need to know. You can ring this. You can contact the signal. You've got an extinguisher down there, so you've got everything that you need in this cab. They've really modelled it quite well. It is the fastest train in the UK, and it is very good. I mean, you try it on other lines, and you can. It tears along. It's very good. It's a very good train. But I'm not. I say it's a very good train. I'm not a big fan of it. It's all right, but where it's one of these trains which kind of you do the fast service with, it doesn't sort of stop at enough stations for my liking. So it's utilised, I think, in a very poor way. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel. And when we come out there, I'm going to quickly show you around at some of the sites that you can see. Immediately as you come out, you will start to see some little interesting things that could be modelled for a later release. I keep saying it's there. Can we get anything more from it? But as we come out of this, which is here, as we come down the line here, straight away we've got Dagenham Dock Station and the A13, which is there. So that's quite nice. Dagenham Dock is here, so it's modelled. No station signage or anything to that effect, but it is there, and you do wonder, could there be a further development along the line here for another route? So as we come further down the line, we've got another station that we're coming up to on our left in a minute, which will be Rainham Station. Yet again, it's kind of modelled. The line is there, but the problem is, can you do anything with it? It would be nice if they did. It'd be a fantastic route, but I can't see it happening anytime soon. There's always a mystery. Just because you can see a line doesn't mean you're going to get something. You know, it's modelled, but there's no AI traffic on it whatsoever. So I think the likelihood is that we probably won't get anything modelled on it, to be quite honest with you. So we're on our way to Ebbsfleet anyway. We've got about 8 miles. We're going to see our next landmark location come up very soon. This will be the M25, which will go across to and lead to the road that leads to the Dartford crossing. You'll see that come up very, very soon. That's probably the good part of this. You can't get that close to it, which is a shame, but you can see it in the distance, and then we sort of go through a tunnel and sort of make our way across the river to Ebbsfleet, which you've got to actually see it to believe it. But that'll be coming up very, very soon, so we'll keep a look out. That'll come up on the right hand side of our screen shortly. Now there's a funny shaped hill over in the background there, I've just noticed. That could be a terrain error. It looks very hilly. I don't know what that is. Don't remember seeing any mountains in Essex, to be honest with you. But there you go. It's stranger things have happened. So I'm not quite sure. I imagine we're coming up to like the Ebbsfleet area now. I'd imagine, because I think we're coming up to near where the Dartford Bridge is. Don't know if we've missed that. I don't think we did. I think it's coming up here. So I think this is like Ebbsfleet, I think, or still kind of running along the C2C line in the background. I think that's still a thing. Ah, there we go. This is the Dartford Bridge over in the background there, as you can see. There it is. So that's Lakeside Shopping Centre somewhere over there in the distance. Don't know if they've actually modelled that into the thing. I'm not sure how close we can get. I think that's as close as we can get, but you can see it looks pretty good. And there's the Dartford Tunnel. There's the road that comes out the Dartford Tunnel. It's modelled quite well, to be honest. And there's that random hill in the background that no one knows what it is. Back in another tunnel though now, because we're going underwater now. And of course we're going to pop up on the other side of the river, where we will come out eventually at Ebbsfleet International, and that's our next stop. And I think Ebbsfleet is coming up momentarily here. I don't think my mileage thing is actually going down. It's been stuck at 8.9 for the whole journey, so maybe the mileage I gave you earlier on wasn't quite correct, I think. But we are coming out of the tunnel now, and we are slowing down as we are approaching Ebbsfleet International. And I will show you the two stations that we've got here. We've got two options that you can do on this route. You can go up this gradient here that you can see to my right now, and you can go to the upper station, or you can go on the fast line, which we're on now, which will take you obviously to on the faster line. Yeah, so I'll show you around that. I'll show you the choices that you might have if you're playing this route. So this is the main, the fast line station that I like to call it, Ebbsfleet. No one really on the platforms, you know, I mean that's kind of standard stuff, and you expect that with Train Sim World. You get used to that after a while, but you know, I don't know if anyone's going to actually get off, possibly not. But while we're waiting, up here you have got the upper station, which this is you can actually drive this. It's actually drivable. You can take this, and this will run the faster trains up to Faversham, and I think that's where you'll end up going. So yeah, you got two choices up on that one, but you can take these trains down to as far as Faversham on this side of the line, and this back to obviously St Pancras, where we just came from. So you've got many choices as you progress. So you've got the choice of what you want to do, really. In the meantime, we're going to continue our journey now through some wonderful pastures. I say pastures in the loosest term because it's all countryside, really. There's nothing really more to see for the next 32 miles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back, let you enjoy some of the breathtaking views that we've got on this line as we hit some insane speeds of about 143 mile an hour, and I will see you at the other end. So enjoy this. It's sort of kind of my time to sit back and let you soak up some of this wonderful stuff. As I said, there's not really much to see here in terms of landmarks. It does cut right through the Kent countryside, but it is the Garden of England, so sit back and enjoy. And as we come down to our last 5 miles, or 4.7 now, we are just that little bit away from Ashford, and as you can see, you've seen nothing but countryside. Not really much to see really, it's quite desolate. This doesn't really give you a lot of visually good stuff along this route. It is pretty sparse in terms of scenery and decor, which is a little bit disappointing really, especially if you're interested in playing for the visual concept part of it. It isn't there really, I don't think, but it's a nice good little route. If you like a nice little fast one, it's good. I think there's something over here. Oh look, there's a house. There are random houses. I knew it was there somewhere. Right, so we're going to slow down there because we are coming into Ashford, and we need to be a little bit prepared as we come in. We're only about 2 miles away, but we've got to get this train to slow down a little bit, I think. We don't want to be jumping anything major as we get into the station. All of a sudden it's gone like a bit foggy. Just randomly, just like that. Which is very strange really. I was hoping it's going to stay quite nice throughout the whole journey, but there's quite a dense fog in Ashford for some reason. Or is it smog? Who knows? Anything's possible. But as we come into it, we are reducing that speed as we come into our final stop on this line. There's another train. Oh, another train passes there. So hopefully the fog has disappeared, which it hasn't. Seems to have got worse. But outside, there is a little bit more scenery coming up here. I don't know how much of Ashford you can see from the station and as you come into it. But that will all be revealed as we come into the international station. Coming into the station, I promise you we are going to get there, and probably the slowest entrance into Ashford. Maybe I shouldn't have had that AWS on. Maybe that was a mistake. Anyway, here's Ashford Station. And here it is, the wonderful Ashford Station. You might know it quite well. Not much going on at this station yet. Again, lacks a bit of AI traffic. Sometimes you see things, sometimes you don't. It's a big mixture, this station, really. Let's just get the station. Let's just get this stopped, shall we? We'll have a little look outside of Ashford Station to see what we can see. So as you can see, it's quite desolate over here. There's not much to see. I'm sure that when I've been to Ashford, I mean, we've got a random roundabout there. Stuff over. I know this building exists. I've seen this building outside Ashford Station, but it just lacks a bit of texture and detail, doesn't it? Really, there's not much going on for Ashford. They haven't really modelled it that well, to be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed with the modelling of it. However, that does bring us to the end of this scenario that has taken us, oh, thank you for jumping me out of my seat, all the way to Ashford International from Stratford. We've now gone and done a kind of full circle. Where will the next journey take us? Join me on that very special one next time on Train Sim Heroes. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share the content. Until then, thank you for watching.